Alex Drueke now, and we can talk about it firsthand. Thank you so much for taking the time tonight.
Oh, it's good to see you, Natasha.
Alex, let's start with that because we intended to play that clip from our interview earlier this year. I know you say you were electrocuted with a car battery. What did you experience at the hands of these Russian-backed separatists?
As I've said many times, it was a violation of every single right, every single part of the Geneva Convention. I was on a terrible diet. I was basically starving. I lost about 30 pounds. I was beaten every single day. They cracked 4 of my ribs. Because of the electrocution, I now have a heart condition. It was so intense that I ended up shattering my jaw and had to have extensive surgery for that. So yeah, it was terrible.
It was terrible, to say the least. And I'm so grateful that you are here tonight. I'm grateful to get your perspective on this because President Trump has promised to end the war in Ukraine. He's done this many times. What are you expecting Trump's impact to be on this war?
I think it's really uncertain, honestly. The Biden administration, I applaud them for approving the aid that has been sent. But like most of the aid from the West, it was a slow trickle of too little, too late. And I think there were some concerns that a Harris administration would just continue that same policy. But with Trump, we really don't know. Prior, he's flip-flopped on Ukraine. He's said positive things. He said negative things. He's praised Zelensky and he's called Zelensky names. But during his campaign, his rhetoric on Ukraine became more and more negative. And of course, Vance has been extremely negative on the topic of Ukraine. So I do think there's some fear, especially since he's saying, I can bring this war to a close so quickly. I think there's a growing fear that he's going to cut aid completely or possibly withhold aid in an attempt to get Ukraine to cede some of their territory to Russia. Or possibly just make this a frozen conflict where Russia's going to rearm and just start the war again, because Russia wants to take all of Ukraine. I promise you that they want to take a lot more than just Ukraine. And the Ukrainian people, for the most part, will not cede any territory to Russia. They want to protect their sovereignty, and I think they should be able to do that.
You are a U.S. veteran, and you were moved to fight alongside the Ukrainians to resist Russia in this war. As we were saying, the U.S. has spent more than $130 billion supporting Ukraine, and many Americans do not agree with this. From your perspective, what does it look like on the ground if aid does stop?
Well, I would like to put a caveat in there that we have not sent $130 billion to Ukraine in palletized money. About 90% of that has actually been reinvested into our economy. It's to pay contractors for new equipment because we're sending Ukraine our old equipment, our unused equipment. So this, in a way, the war is actually helping our economy. So yeah, we haven't sent them all that money. But as I mentioned, by and large, the support from most of the West has just been this slow trickle, or Ukraine has asked for it and we've said no. And then 6 months later, we do send it. That happened with tanks. It happened with F-16s. Happened with a lot of things. And it just came in too little, too late. And that's one of the reasons this war is dragged on like it has. Ukraine is not being supplied to win. They're only being supplied not to lose. When Congress was holding up that $61 billion aid package for months, the Ukrainians were saying, we have to carefully select how much artillery shells that we fire and which targets we pick because we just don't have enough of it. And they were being outshelled 10-1 by the Russians. So our aid really does make an impact on the battlefield. And I can't stress enough how important it is that we stand up for Ukraine, because if they do fall, the West and the U.S. in particular are going to be seen as very weak, and that's going to embolden.
Well, and Alex, let me ask you more about that because we're almost out of time, but I want to make sure that we get this in. If the U.S. allows Russia to keep Ukrainian territory, do you think that ends the war, that it satisfies Russia's ambitions in the region?
Of course not. No, I really think Putin wants a restoration of the Soviet Union, and even more than that. So, freezing the conflict along the current territories or giving him the 4 oblasts that he doesn't completely control, it's only going to give him time to rebuild his army because it's quite depleted. They've had to bring in North Korea. So this is already a global conflict. This is becoming another world war because North Korea is involved. And I promise you, Putin will not be satisfied with just Ukraine. He will start going for other countries, the Baltic states, Moldova, and I think eventually Poland. And then the U.S. will be involved not just with money, but with troops.
Okay.
So let's stop it now.
Alex Drueke, I always appreciate your time and perspective. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.